I told my sister I love her, but I don't know who she is anymore. It came out at my mom's birthday dinner. 12 people around a table at this Italian place we've been going to since we were kids. And my sister Remy decided it was the right moment to tell my mom, in front of everyone, that she wasn't coming to Christmas this year because our family was too negative for her energy. That's the word she used. Energy. My mom just blinked and asked if she was serious. Remy said she'd been doing a lot of work on herself lately, and part of that was removing situations that didn't serve her growth. My grandma didn't understand what that meant. I understood exactly what it meant because I'd watched Remy say some version of it to every single person who'd ever pushed back on anything she did. This started about 2 years ago, when Remy got heavily into this online wellness community. I'm not going to call it a cult, but I'm also not going to call it a cult. She started doing these weekend retreats, talking about energy vampires and manifestation and her authentic self. She cut off her best friend of 15 years because the friend didn't support her journey. She stopped calling our mom as much, stopped showing up to things, and whenever anyone said they missed her, she'd say she was finally putting herself first, and the people who loved her would understand. The people who loved her were confused and hurt, but we kept adjusting, kept giving her space, kept making excuses for her. Last month she missed our grandmother's 75th birthday. Didn't come, didn't call, sent a voice note 2 days later, talking about how she'd been in a really sacred healing space that weekend and couldn't interrupt her process. My grandma listened to it twice and then put her phone down and didn't say anything. I watched her face and felt something harden in my chest. So at that dinner, when Remy started explaining why Christmas didn't serve her growth, I waited until she finished. My mom was doing that thing where she smiles so she doesn't cry. My aunt was looking at the bread basket. I put my fork down and said, "Can I say something?" Remy said, "Sure," in that patient voice she uses now, like she's prepared to educate whoever's speaking. I told her I loved her, that I wanted to be really clear about that first. She smiled. Then I said I didn't like who she was anymore, that I hadn't for a while, that watching her talk to our mother like that at her own birthday dinner, after missing Grandma's 75th, after disappearing for 2 years while telling us we weren't evolved enough to understand, I was done pretending it was okay. The table went completely quiet. Remy's smile didn't drop immediately. It kind of faded slowly, like it took a second to reach her. She said I was projecting my own resistance to growth onto her. I said, "Remy, Grandma cried on her birthday, not because she was sad, because she kept checking the door." That landed. I saw it land. She opened her mouth and closed it. My mom quietly excused herself to the bathroom. My aunt put her hand over my grandma's hand on the table. Remy said I had no idea what she'd been through the past 2 years, how much internal work it took to get where she was. I told her I was glad she was healing, but healing wasn't supposed to leave bodies behind. That every person who'd ever loved her had spent 2 years shrinking themselves around her new personality, trying not to lose her. And she hadn't noticed because she wasn't looking. She pushed her chair back and said she didn't have to sit and be attacked. She called us all selfish, backstabbing pigs and ran out of the place crying. We haven't talked since.